Okay, solving. These are called generally two-step equations. But again, remember, we are isolating the variable. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get rid of PEMDAS backwards. We're getting rid of the addition and subtraction. Then we're getting rid of the multiplication and division. So in this case, I need to get rid of the -9 by doing what? +9. Now, everyone, listen, this is what I taught you last year. I said everybody has to put the steps in. All right, so I'm going to do the steps first, and then I'm going to show you what you can do to make it a little bit quicker. All right, what's the matter? Yeah. No, you got to have paper out. You got a pencil in your hand. We're working, not staring at the wall. All right, now the reason we do this is because what happens to the -9 and the +9? All right, now 12 plus 9 today is 21 equals -7f. Now, after this step, we're going to divide by -7. Divide by -7. So now we just say f is equal to -3. That's how I made you do it last year. I said no skipping steps. All right. If you're not as good, right, and you have to write the steps down, I want you to write the steps down. But this year, because you're wiser and more mature, you should be able to do this a little bit quicker. So here's the other option for you. All right. Here is the other option. All right. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let me just take this little bit. All right. Sorry about that. I just need to get rid of this. All right. Here's your other option. Your other option is to say, well, I'm adding 9 to both sides, correct? So what's 12 plus 9? 21 is equal to -7f. That's a legal move now. I'm expecting everybody here to know what 12 plus 9 is. Now I'm going to divide by -7. So everybody should be able to say 21 divided by -7 is what? Yes. So we know f equals -3. This is on your paper. All right. I'm totally fine with that. You don't have to put the +9. All right. You shouldn't have to do that. If you have to do that, you just need more practice. Does anybody have any questions with that? Those you guys who did not do very well on your last test, I'm trying to help you. I can't help you unless you speak up. All right, so there's number 2. All right, this is the way I prefer it right here. All right, now let's take a look at what number 4 says. All right, so everyone, how do I get rid of -8? Add 8. So now everybody writes down 3a, 3/2 a equals what? 19. That's what we're doing. 3/2 a equals 19. Now the hard part. How do I handle fractions?
You would make it 19/1 and do 2 times.
Ooh, nope. Close. Yeah, you do the reciprocal. All right, to undo a fraction, we say multiply by the reciprocal. So I'd like everybody. Now, again, I need to make sure everybody's understanding me. Everybody's writing the problem. Then you have this step. Now, because we had a little trouble with fractions, I would like everybody to say, well, I'm multiplying by the reciprocal. So I'm multiplying by 2/3. Now, why do we say multiply by 2/3? Because what happens to the 3's and what happens to the 2's? What do? They cancel out. So A is equal to. Now, can we divide 19 by 3? No. So we just have to multiply 19 times 2, which is 38/3. If you're not sure, you make 19/1, right? 19 times 2 is 38. 3 times 1 is 3. That's your answer. That's how easy. All right, let's knock out another one. Now, number 6. Someone in my last class said, well, we just subtract 1. Well, the problem is, in this problem, it's a little bit different because it's this quantity that's being divided by -3. So I have to do what first? Yeah, multiply by -3 first. Everybody's multiplying by -3. Multiplying by -3 first. All right. Now, again, the reason why we're doing that is because the -3 here and the -3 here cancels. So C plus 1 equals negative times a negative is a, so we have 63. And now I just have to do what to both sides? Subtract 1. So C equals
62.
62. Come on, that's not hard. All right, now let me remind you, we are in no paper shortage. So trying to squish it all on one line is not doing you any good. All right, there's plenty of paper. All right, plenty. All right, don't try to squish everything on one line. All right, spread out. It's easier. All right, and then when you don't see something, speak up. AJ, what? Where at? I didn't add, I multiplied. Negative. Yeah, I'm multiplying this to give me this. And then watch me. This -3 over here divides out with that -3 right there. Those -3 and that -3 cancels. How do I divide it? Well, because it's the, okay, I think I understand your question. This is a division sign. That means divided. So it's saying what's -3 divided by -3? 1. Yes? All right, here we go. That's all right, I got you, bud. I'm gonna try one more time since I didn't do a very good job. Here we go. Last time. All right. I'm gonna get rid of this for a second. All right. Your ultimate objective is to get C by itself. So you're trying to solve for C, right? So what is this right here? What does this say? It says divided by -3. How do I get rid of dividing by -3? How do I get rid of dividing by -3? That's it. I multiply by -3 because this cancels with this. You hear me? Now I have to multiply this by -3. C plus 1 equals 63. Good? What?
I'm a little bit late, but could you go over number 4 again?
What? What happened? What? Anthony, come on.
I was like confused on how like the fractions.
It's a reciprocal. To undo a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 3/2 is 2/3.
And then I just did 2 times.
2/3 times 19/1, yes.
What? Oh, okay.
All right. Here we go. All right, let's knock out, sorry, number 12. Everybody's looking at number 12 real quick. Is it on there? Yeah, it's a word problem. We're not doing the word problems. All right, how do I get rid of the 16? What are you thinking, AJ? What? Yeah, what's the negative? Right, so you're subtracting 16. So 8 minus 16 is what? -8 equals 8n. And then everybody should be able to look at that and say, I'm just dividing by what? I'm dividing by 8. And so I end up with, yes, n equals -1. Now, if you're not seeing that, I don't mind. All right, I don't mind going through it. You guys are killing me going back and forth now. What?
Oh, the C plus 1 equals 63 is the overall answer.
No. C was equal to 62, right? All right. Okay, we did 12. Let's knock out 14 now. All right, Brennan, what am I doing? You're correct. And so what is that going to be?
72.
And what is that?
Oh, so you'd actually add it. You just go ahead and make it.
All I'm waiting for is an answer, please. You don't have to tell me. I'm pretty confident you can do -72 minus 27. How much? Wow. Okay, now what? X equals -11. At any moment, you can ask me. Anybody? All right, now I'm on 16. All right, Wyatt, you're up.
Well,
What am I doing first?
you're right.
Yep, write it down.
Plus 8.
+8, yes, sir. And what's that? Mm-hmm.
F.
Perfect. What am I doing? How do we undo division? That's correct. So what am I going to multiply by? But what am I multiplying both sides by is what my question is. Now listen, I'm trying to demonstrate here that this means divided by -7. How do I undo divided by -7? By what? Yes, sir. That is exactly correct. That is not too hard. So now I'm going to multiply both sides by -7. And the reason we do that is because what's going to happen with this -7 and this -7?
They cancel out.
Right. So now my answer is F equals. That's not that hard. Come on. Let's go, guys. -70. All right, let's knock out the next even. 18. Here we go, Miss Wood. What am I doing? And what do I get?
Okay, the basic.
Good. Now what? Yes. Wow. Amazing. Even on one foot, you did that. No excuses, guys. Very nice. All right, let's check out 20. Or maybe not. Yeah, 20. Wait, what? You got it? All right. Here we go. Number 20. Mallory, you think you got this?
Yeah.
What do I do first?
You're gonna lose.
Yes, you have to multiply by -2. Multiply by -2. So what do I end up with?
That is -28 equals 6 plus 3.
Good.
And then we can subtract 6. or
Yes, you're right.
subtract 6.
Subtract 6. So Z is equal to what?
Um,
You are amazing. Negative 34. I'm good with that. Anybody have any issues? All right, let's move over to 22. All right, this one's a little bit trickier. Sydney, what am I doing?
So 3/4. And then,
No, I'm 22, right?
oh, oops. So 22 minus W and then times 7 equals -21.
Right, we're multiplying both sides by 3 for those of you guys who are having a little issue. 22 minus W equals what?
Oh, -21.
Negative 21. Now what?
And then you subtract 22.
Subtract 22. Now here's where the mistake comes in. People forget that the W is in fact what? Negative. So if I subtract 22, what do I get?
Negative.
Yes, negative 43. And now what? Yep, you divide it by -1, or you just say change the sign. W equals 43. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, sir.
So,
No, I subtracted 22 from both sides. I ended up adding them because they're both negative though, right? So negative 21 and negative 22 is negative 43. Do we agree with that?
-22.
And negative 21 is negative 43. This added together is that. Do you agree with that or not?
Oh, I see it then.
Okay. All right. All right, 30. All right, Jackson, come on, buddy. Help me out a little bit. Look up on the board. What am I doing? You are awesome, buddy. Add 8. Add 8. What do I get? Yes, sir. You're right. 32. All right. Perfect. Now, how do I get rid of the -6? Yes, sir. Very nice. Dividing by -6. The problem we have is that 32 and 6 don't go evenly, so you leave it as a fraction. But you have to reduce the fraction. So M equals. Now, both of them are even, so we divide by what, guys? We divide by 2. All right. Now, is the answer going to be positive or negative? It's definitely negative. 2 goes into 32. How many times?
16.
16. 2 goes into 3. That's not a trick question. 3. So your answer, this is the one didn't work out evenly. So if it doesn't work out evenly, you leave it as a fraction, -16/3. So when I pick up your homework tomorrow, if this isn't on your paper, we're in a little bit of trouble. Now, do you have to put the +8 in the +8 though? That's the only thing you don't have to do. All right, come on, guys. What?
That was kind of answer, but it doesn't matter, what fraction or side of it, because I'm thinking about like the -6 times is the first, and I saw you divide the finish by 2. So we put on top.
It just be traditionally we put the negative on the top or out to the side. Generally, the negative's not on the bottom. You with me on that? But I don't mark it wrong if you put negative on the bottom. It's just we don't write it. Okay.
What if but since you put 3/16.
That's definitely wrong. 3/16 is not the same as 16/3, right? You agree with that? All right, here we go. 32. All right, Finley, help me out, bud. That's right. What is that? What is that? Now, come on now, help me out. What am I doing?
2b equals 54.
But I want you to say this. I don't mind you doing that, but I really want you to learn reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of 2/3? 3/2. And I'm going to show you why I want you to do that. Because 3 times 18 is 54. 54 divided by 2 is 27. I know that. But if the numbers were harder, you want the numbers to get smaller first. So what I mean by that is I'd want you to do 18 divided by 2. What's that? Times 3. That's why it's better to do that than do 54 divided by 2. All right. Hopefully everyone is understanding what I'm trying to show you on that. B is equal to 27. All right. I like multiply by the reciprocal. But Finley said I can multiply by 3 and then divide by 2. And that is correct. That's essentially what we did.
I was dividing 54 by 2 easier than that.
18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. That's easier than going 18 times 3 is 54. 54 divided by 2 is 27.
Oh,
You see what I mean? Dividing is always better to do first because the numbers get smaller. All right, thank you. Here we go. Let's knock out 34. All right, hold up. All right, Carolyn, go ahead.
You add 7
Add 7.
and 3/4 c equals 72.
Nice. 72 equals 3/4 C. Now what?
And you multiply the 4 and the 72
And then divide it by?
and divide it by 3.
Yes, it's the same principle here, guys. To me, it's easier to divide by 3 and then multiply by 4, then multiply by 4 and then divide by 3. But we can practice our mental math. 3 goes into 7 how many times, guys? 2 with how many left over? So I put a 1 right up here in the corner. Now 3 goes into 12, how many? 4. Now I'm just multiplying 24 times 4. And we can say 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 4 is 80 plus 16. There you have it, guys. There's your answer. C equals 96. Yes.
Wait, so you would do 3/4 times 72/1.
No, I did the reciprocal of 3/4. What's the reciprocal of 3/4? 4/3. Those cancel out. You with me? So over here again, I'm going to write 3/4 C equals 72. Whenever you see a fraction, you should be thinking reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of 3/4? So I'm multiplying by 4/3. Multiplying by 4/3. You with me?
That would be 96.
I think so. 72 divided by 3 is 24. 24 times 4. You with me now, right? All right, let's go. Okay, now we have some ugly fractions. So here we go, guys. I want everybody's attention. We're going to do it 2 ways. All right, we're going to do it 2 ways. The first way, all right, is just by doing the fractions. All right, so everyone's up, looking up. This is the hard one. All right. So how do I get rid of the plus 1/2? Come on, guys. How do I get rid of plus 1/2? Negative 1/2, right? So I'm doing minus 1/2, minus 1/2. I'm left with 3/4 z equals, what's negative 5/2 minus 1/2? Negative 6/2, right? And then negative 6/2 is the same as negative 3. Is everybody agreeing with this? And now, how do I get rid of a fraction? I've said it over and over today. What is it?
You do 4/3.
That's right. You just come over here and put 4/3. Cross that out. Z equals, what's 3 divided by 3? Times 4. 4. Negative 4. Anybody have any issue with that? All right, now everybody put a star. I want you to write it over because I'm going to show you a better way. Negative 5/2 equals 3/4 z plus 1/2. Everybody write it a second time so I can show you a quick way to do it. You might like it if you have trouble with fractions. Can someone tell me what's the common denominator here? What's the common denominator? 4. All right, so what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to put a bracket around that equation, and I'm going to say multiply everything through by a 4. When I multiply everything through by a 4, watch me. I'm going to put a 4 here, I'm going to put a 4 here, and I'm going to put a 4 here. Now, everyone in here, because I've been talking about this, should be able to tell me what's negative 5/2 times 4. What is negative 5/2 times 4?
20/80.
No. What's negative 5/2 times 4? Zane, what are you guys doing? I am a failure. Tell them, please. Negative 10. How in the world did you get negative 10? Let's review one more time because it's all my fault. You guys don't know how to divide a fraction. Stop daydreaming. What is 4 divided by 2 times negative 5? That's what the answer is, negative 10. Now put equals. Now I want everybody to do 3/4 times 4. Everybody write down what you think 3/4 times 4 is. What is it? 3. That's correct. 3z. 1/2 times 4. What is 1/2 times 4? 2 plus 2. Now, how do I solve this? Subtract 2. And when I subtract 2, I get negative 12 equals 3z. Now what do I do? Divide by 3. And what do I get? Is it the same answer? Same answer, just a different technique. All right, so if you don't like working with fractions, you multiply everything through by the common denominator. That'll eliminate the fractions. Here, come on now. He's asking good questions. This is what I kind of like about some of you guys. If you don't know, you ask. Some of you would prefer to just sit there. All right, that's not learning. Come on, look up. Let me show you one more time. You're asking me what this is. Negative 5/2 times 4/1. What is that? Which is? Or you can pay attention, or you can say, wow, I really want to do mental math quickly. Do this first. What's that? No. That's right. 2. Then multiply. What is that? There you have it. You with me now, right? So when you're multiplying fractions, try to reduce first. reduce diagonally, then multiply by what's left in the numerator.
And how did you know to divide all by 40?
Because I wanted to get rid of the fraction, and that's the rule to get rid of fractions. You multiply by the common denominator. All right,
Oh,
you with me? And I'm going to show you the next one, which is this guy right here. So I really need help. Everybody, please look at 38. I want to use my new technique. I want to multiply by the common denominator. So I need everybody to put down on their paper, look up, and say, I need to multiply through by a common denominator. So I should probably multiply everything through by what number, please? 5. Unfortunately, 5 is not correct because 5 is not divisible by 9. What number besides Molly? Mr. Valdez, what am I multiplying everything through by? Is not a number. Read, what am I multiplying everything through by? Is not the number. Uh-oh. Hayden, tell us, please. 90 is a good answer, but not the best answer. What? 3. When was the last time 3 was divisible by 9? Never. 9 divided by 3 would work. Tell them. What? What did you say? Why 45? You're supposed to say because 45 can be divided by 5, 45 can be divided by 9, and 45 can be divided by 15. And then you would be correct. Wow, that is correct. All right, does 90 work? Yes. Is it the smallest though? No. So your brain is supposed to say, okay, what number is divisible by 5, 9, and 15? And of course, the first thing that came to everybody's mind was 45. So now you're going to throw a 45 in the corner here, a 45 in the corner here, and a 45 in the corner there. Please do that. Try to make yourself smarter with fractions today. It's silly not to know. Now, I need some help. This right here and this right here. What do I do to those two numbers? Divide them. How do I know divide? Because there's a fraction bar that says divide. So what's 45 divided by 5? Nope. What is it? -9. I know, close enough. -9, I understand. All right, please, everyone, come on now. Multiply 4/9 times 45. What? How did you get that so fast? Because you did 4 times 45? No, it gets bigger. That's too hard to multiply 4 times 45. You should do what first, Molly? Divide. What's 45 divided by 9? 5 times 4. I don't understand what you're daydreaming at. -20a. That's next. -20a equals 6. How did you get that so fast? Or you could have said because you're a great teacher, but I appreciate what you're thinking. All right, 6. Perfect. Because Wyatt was thinking that same thing too. I know you, Wyatt. Not maybe, he was. All right, now I'm on to this. Now I have to solve this equation. What do I have to do? Add 9. Add 9. So some of you are like, well, I'm not sure what 6 plus 9 is until you give me a calculator. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What is that? 15. Now I have to do what? Divide by -20. Does that work out evenly? No, so it's a fraction. So A equals, notice, AJ, I'm throwing the negative out in front because I don't want it on the bottom. So I'm just going to say -15 over 20. And then I'm going to tell myself, well, 15 over 20 looks like it can be divided by what? 5. Yeah, Zane. All right, teaching you something today. -3/4. That's it, guys. -3/4. All right. Multiplying through by the common denominator. Let's keep going. Oh, darn. That's the end of the evens. I heard some of you, I know, rats. All right, I wish there was more. All right, I wish there was more also. So lucky for you, you now have the what to do. We just did the evens, Molly. We have the odds. Man, same difference, right? Yes. All right, you are welcome. Get busy now. Tomorrow, I promise you, when you give me that sloppy work, I'm going to ball it up right in front of your face and throw it in the garbage and give you a 0. So if you're not doing what I'm doing and you're not writing things out neat, it's going in the garbage, and then I'm going to call your parents in. All right? Because you cannot give me garbage. All right? I don't want garbage. I don't like garbage. All right? I want nice, neat, worked out stuff. All right? Take pride in your work. All right? Now, hurry up and get some work done so you have less homework tonight.